Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. My name is Omri Farragon. I'm the owner-operator of Storage Guardian. I'd like to thank everybody for joining our workshop where we go over the Acronis EDR together with the Storage Guardian integration that's been certified and published on the Acronis tile and marketplace. I have my associate here, Ara, who's project manager at Storage Guardian, and together we're going to go over the importance of having an incident response plan before there is an incident to comply with regulatory controls such as CIS and insurance requirements, and Storage Guardian's unique mechanism, which is to implement a covert method of communicating with your users, stakeholders at the moment of a zero-day attack. We'll also in this workshop demonstrate to you the Acronis EDR in a live demonstration where there is an infiltration of some ransomware, and we'll wait for some questions to the very end, and we'll try to do the best we can. As we see the first slide here, Storage Guardian has introduced our incident response planner into the Acronis ecosystem with our certified incident response planner, which not only allows an easy to use fill in the blanks incident response planner to allow quick access to incident response plan, which fills in the blank, but also addresses a key gap that we have seen in our 26 years in business, which is being prepared for the extortion ransomware and doing tabletop exercises, which would incorporate a covert method of communicating with users, knowing that the bad actors that are infiltrated your network want you to be blindsided, not being able to communicate with the key stakeholders in hopes that you pay off the extortion quickly so you can move on. The best way to do that is by having a game plan that's been written out with an incident response plan, integrate that with an EDR, such as the Acronis EDR, which is a highly effective method within the enterprise and the SMB markets to track down in a cybersecurity manner infiltrations, utilizing binaries and looking for traces and signatures of ransomware. Next slide, please.
I will take it from here. Thank you, Omri. So I'm Ara, a project manager in Storage Guardian. So I will talk about the integration deeper. So why is an incident response planner important? Let's say you have already made the investments. Your organization has endpoint detection and response, managed detection and response, remote monitoring and management, patch management, all in place. You have dedicated time, energy, and money to build a secure environment. But let's imagine a picture when it's 2 a.m. in the morning. The SOC calls with an incident declaration. Suddenly, everything feels urgent. You need to bring the right people together fast. Yet, without a structured plan, without knowing exactly who the stakeholders are and how to engage them, valuable time is lost. And in the real world, as you know, cybersecurity, minutes matter. So this is where an incident response planner becomes essential. It bridges the gap between technology and people, between detection and action. It ensures that when the alarm sounds, everyone knows their role, their responsibility, and how to move forward. So, and let's not forget, with NIST 2.0, the stakes are even higher. It introduces a requirement for covert communication methods, creating a standardized way to securely coordinate with suppliers and partners without tipping off attackers who may already be watching. An incident response planner isn't just a checklist, it's the difference between chaos and control, between scrambling to react and confidentially reading through a crisis. It's about transforming the 2 a.m. morning call from panic into action. The recent massive cybersecurity incident that struck the distribution sector was at first dismissed as just another ransomware attack, as you know. But what truly magnified the damage wasn't the attack itself, it was the lack of preparedness and, more importantly, the lack of effective communication. This led to confusion, frustration, and unnecessary disruption. And that is exactly why we have the incident planner, because when a crisis strikes, the difference between control and chaos often comes down to one thing: communication. It's not enough to have your systems protected. You need a clear, actionable plan for how to respond, especially when your primary communication channels became unavailable. This isn't just the best practice, it's a requirement. Most cyber insurance policies mandate that organizations maintain an incident response plan and conduct tabletop exercises to stay compliant with SOC standards. In fact, implementing CIS controls also calls for a well-documented, tested incident response plan. So the message is clear. Preparation is not optional, it is essential. With the right plan, the right tools, and the right communication framework, we can turn moments of crisis into demonstrations of resilience. Let's consider another small example closely tied to EDR. Acronis EDR collects a wealth of forensics information, data that can be invaluable during a security incident. But here's the challenge: managing your customers' expectations. It's essential to ensure they are never blindsided when an incident occurs. This is exactly where the incident response planner becomes indispensable. It helps you protect not only your customers, but also the significant time, effort, and investment you have put into building a reliable managed security service. As an MSP, your reputation and your ability to respond effectively during an incident is on the line. The way you handle these situations doesn't just involve problems or solve them, it can define your success. In fact, your response can either strengthen your credibility or, if mishandled, jeopardize everything you have worked so hard to build. Thank you. Now, as Omri mentioned, I will show you the video which will demonstrate how the Acronis catches the EDR, Acronis EDR catches a ransomware, and how Storage Guardian reacts to it.
We are here in the Acronis console on the dashboard. I'm going to set the stage here with the devices section. We have a system that we're going to be utilizing for this test, and it does have the Acronis agent already installed. You can see that here, and it is running Windows 10 Workstation Pro. We do have a protection plan applied to the system. This has the backup module enabled, URL filtering, vulnerability assessment, patching, but what we're looking at is the endpoint detection and response and the anti-malware section. You can see they're both enabled, and in the anti-malware we do have it set to notify only for all of these controls, and that will just allow for the attack to move on through once we launch it. So now I'm going to move over to the alerts. You're going to see that I do have a previous alert here, but I'm going to go ahead and trigger another event, and we'll wait for this alert to populate. So give it just a moment here. Okay, it's running on the target side now. I can see a couple of notifications in the system tray on the target, indicating that something suspicious is going on. And again, we have it set to notify only, so it's moving on through the process. So we'll give this just a moment to populate here. Okay, and we do see a new incident detected here from PowerShell. Give this a second. Incident number 4, ID 4. And let's go ahead and say investigate. So if I click the investigate option, it's going to do the same thing as going into this protection view. So I'm going to go here actually and just show you what that looks like from this side. So this shows a couple of widgets that are related to the EDR, and then the different incidents here. The one that we just saw is this one here, ID number 4. If I select this, you'll see a summary of that incident, and then if I go into the investigation, it'll actually take us in here and show us the full map of that attack flow. And you can see the workload at the top left here, and then the PowerShell script, and then it went through and ran its stuff. And it's actually using a few different techniques that are identified here, and the actual payload is just popping calc.exe, so you can see that here and here, but that very well could have been launching ransomware or some other type of info stealer or whatever the case is. You can also see the attack summary down here, as well as the various attack stages from execution to discovery, credentials access, establishing connection with command and control, etc. All right, and from this point, that incident would be visible here. The security analysts or administrators monitoring the environment will receive the notification. I actually have myself set to receive the notification, so I saw that come in through email, and then we would take it from there and move into the incident response plan.
At this point, Storage Guardian SOC team receives the notification about the malicious threat and creates workflows, service boards to communicate with the stakeholders within the Acronis Certified Incident Response Plan to notify them and communicate them using Storage Guardian's SMS technology using the Covert manner.
Thanks for watching the video. Now I will reshare my screen and we'll go through the incident response plan creation within the Acronis Cyber Protect Cloud platform. Yeah, so this is our tile on Acronis Cyber Protect Cloud platform, and when we click Manage button here and go to User Management section, we will see that we have a user created here with my name, my email. So once we select the user, let's say we want to, this is, let's say, an MSP, a user of an MSP, and we want to create a plan for this user, right? So we should select the user, press New Cyber Response Plan button here, and on the right side of the screen, you will see the wizard. So here we should enter the name for the plan. We will name it Demo Plan. We will set the duration in months for the plan. We should put the name for the organization. And we will see the declaration pin here was being auto-generated by the system. So this is an 8-digit pin, which was auto-generated. And here below, we will also see cybersecurity incident response team members. So this is a space where you can basically define the role of the member, add their name, title, phone, and email here. And you can do it for more than one members. And once you are done, you should press the next button. Here you will have a place to add the external contacts. The information for the external contacts, for example, of network handlers or any external contact that might be related. And once you are done, you will press next button. This space is for adding the other stakeholders that might be just in case that might be part of the plan. Then again, you press next button, and here we describe the responsibilities of the teams to run the show in case of an incident. Let's say what steps should be taken by executives, what steps should be taken by incident handler, by communication expert, by CSIRT, by staff team. So we're listing all the responsibilities and clicking the next button here. So this is Pickerel. Pickerel is a 6-step incident response model which aligns closely with NIST 2.0 standards and stands for Prepare, Identify, Contain, Eradicate, Recover, and Lessons Learned. So in this fields, you are filling information. So for preparation, which stands for ensuring the readiness by involving the right teams, clarifying the roles, and establishing the incident response procedures. The second one is for identification, which stands for detecting and assessing all the potential incidents by determining their origin, their impact, and whether business operations can continue. The containment is about limiting the damage by isolating the affected systems, for example, by blocking the malicious IPs. The eradication is about eliminating the root cause by removing any malware or unauthorized access and fixing all the issues. The recovery is about restoring the systems from clean backups by validating the functionality and monitoring for reoccurrence before resuming to normal operations. And finally, the lessons learned. Here we are reviewing the incident to improve all the future responses by documenting all the findings, by updating the procedures and sharing the insights. And once we are done, we press next button, and we've come to our last section, which is called the Incident Specific Handling Process, the ISHP, which is actually a practical approach where organizations create tailored response procedures for the most common types of incidents that they face. Let's say they should describe the steps that should be taken in case of data breach, in case of ransomware, tampering of payment terminals, loss of equipment. And once you are done describing all the steps, you just press the finish button, and the plan is being generated, and it's being shown here under the plans. And once you click it, you are able to create a link and download it. So I have the downloaded version. I will show you. So this is the plan. This is how it looks like. So it contains the content section. It contains the purpose and scope, describing the purpose and scope of the plan. It contains plan testing and authority sections. It contains a 12-point detailed description of a cyber incident, so you are aware of the types of the known types of cyber incidents. It shows the cybersecurity incident response team structure. It also lists the cybersecurity incident response team roles and their definitions. So in this part, we will list the cybersecurity incident response team responsibilities. Let's say we filled in responsibilities for executives, for incident handler. For example, the responsibilities for executives during an incident should be activate the incident response plan, decision-making, internal communication. The incident handler should cover the detection and triage part, containment, analyze. The communication experts should act as the primary point of the contact for internal and external communications, deliver clear, accurate, and timely updates to stakeholders. For example, coordinate messaging between technical teams, executives, and end users. So the same way we've listed the responsibilities for the cybersecurity incident response team. All the staff members' responsibilities here are listed separately. So we also see the team members' contact details, such as names, styles, phone, and email. So they are being informed once the incident is triggered. So here we have cyber incident types and their detailed descriptions. We have severity metrics, talking about categories, scope, and action items to be taken. We have the incident handling process, as we went through during the plan creation, the 6-step Pickerel approach, where we have listed all the items, all the steps. Let's say for preparation, there are steps such as ensuring all predefined procedures are in place, notifying key personnel, IT security management, isolate the affected systems to prevent spread. The same way, all the steps are listed for the rest of the parts. as well as we've listed all the steps here necessary for each specific incident type. Let's say for data breach, we have some steps defined such as identifying the breach and verifying its scope and impact, isolating the affected systems to prevent future damage, determining what data was corrupted and how. And the same way for the rest types of incidents. We have the approval section, and finally, the most important part here is the plan activation, which talks about the 3 ways that we currently have to activate your incident. So we're using the unique declaration pin here to declare an incident. And we have 3 ways. The first way is via the IVR, when we call this number and just follow the commands and enter our PIN code. And if the PIN code is correct, the incident is being initiated. The other way is via the SMS, which we've already discussed, which is the covert method of communication. So we're texting our PIN number to this phone number, and if the PIN is correct, the incident is being initiated. And the third way is via web, when we navigate to this web resource, web URL, entering our credentials, putting our PIN number, the unique declaration PIN, and just simply clicking the submit button. And if the PIN is correct, the declaration happens. So this is it mainly about the planner. Now I will stop sharing my screen and will be open for any questions that you might have. I see that we have a couple of questions here. So I will read the first one. What is the minimum installation requirement per site as defined by Acronis that Storage Guardian can implement the incident response planner with?
Oh, I can answer that, Ara. Thank you.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Because Storage Guardian is aligned with Acronis as strategic partner. We see that a lot of the gaps happen with a range of different customers, including your very small customers, sub 10 accounts. And so we've implemented a pay-as-you-go model with a minimum of a single installation, per user for the dentist, doctor, or small site, which is more prone, by the way, to a ransomware attack, and probably would need that the most. As opposed to other EDRs we see in the marketplaces and MDR, which have a minimum. Together with Acronis, we just gone with a per user basis. All right. And that would include the incident response plan, and the money to be made, of course, would be implementing the tabletop exercise, incident response plan, and the EDR together and the MDR together as a full package solution. Happy to go over any pricing as a bundle deal with anybody with a single user minimum. Okay, go ahead.
Thanks, Omri. The second question is there any option to talk about forensics and aging to see how Acronis picked up the exploitation? Is there any forensics report?
Thanks for that.
Oh,
go ahead,
sorry.
James.
I was going to say that with Acronis, we do have some forensics capabilities. It's not really a forensics report. It's more so being able to spin up a system while an agency may be investigating another system. So to give you the ability to keep your system up and running, that's where we're coming into place. And then, Omri, what were you going to say there?
That incident response is a general kind of overlining concept. Some people see it like Storage Guardian does, which is on the preventative side, the north of boom. A lot of people think that incident response is a forensics tool, and so what Storage Guardian has built in is a forensics tool to allow to see what's gone on the network, so we can quickly isolate that together with your team. And part of this offering, is an aging report to give you a total landscape of the network, and so we can isolate the problem and have a better technology business review together with your customer to encourage them to do more security, beforehand. We are always shocked when we run a forensic scan on customers' network. As part of the value proposition is what's vulnerable on the network and what would be part of the aging report to give an option, and just more of a value proposition while you need a proactive, EDR, next generation EDR, which is completely different than a reactive antivirus. Having an aging report will help you do that. And we always get this, oh my goodness, I had no idea my VMware is out of date. I had no idea my patch is out of date. And that will help you sell more, RMM, and just make the whole solution up and running. We say incident response, we're going to help you with a covert method of communicating, but it will also help with the overall picture of what's gone on the network. And we'll go into aging report and forensics in our next live workshop together with Acronis.
Thank you.
Any
Thank
other
you, Omri.
questions, Ara?
Yeah, one more question. Can we get a free trial?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Thanks for that, James. Go ahead, James. You are better at that.
Yeah, no, I apologize for being late earlier, guys. My network dropped. I had to get switched over. But so now that I'm here, there is a 30-day free trial for Acronis, right? You can go to acronis.com and get it there. Obviously, in conjunction with Storage Guardian, these are two different licenses that need to be, discussed. But for Storage Guardian, what is the free trial for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, it would be to dispense the live version of the software, implemented together with our white glove support, and set up what realistically an incident response is going to look for your customer, and prepare for a tabletop exercise. And going to be a checklist. A lot of businesses out there, they're going to go through a cyber insurance plan. They're going to check off that they got the incident response plan. As the MSP, you better make sure that they actually have it, because insurance providers love to deny insurance. Nothing has changed in over 100 years. And they're going to look for every single reason why not to pay. Incident response is one of the areas that they immediately go to, because it's complex. It's hard to assemble one. We have a partner and customer on the government side that says this has just been an Excel sheet for us over the years and no actionability. And so what we've done is taken the Excel sheet and we've moved it into a workflow and tabletop exercise. And that's what I recommend doing with customers. Is we can sell EDR, MDR, as pieces, but the incident response plan is going to make it into a full solution, differentiate from other MSPs, because it's competitive out there, and just go to market for the smaller customers that bring on referrals, help out with that, and just go to market together. And we appreciate your time joining us on this call, and we look forward to the next workshop.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Omri. Thank you, James. I think we're done.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day, everybody.
Have a great day.
Take care, everyone.